We're dyeing Isaiah's jeans. He used this dye. He says this is what he's supposed to do. He said he watched tutorials. So, ¿lo hago de lado? Para que sea más liquid. Go. Get it in there. Y si no alcanzas, sácalo y voltealo. How you see it? Switch. Ajá, a ver. ¿Sabes qué te va a ayudar? A mí no le está saliendo tanta tinta. Just when you wash them by themselves. Yo digo que así porque le vas a sacar mucha, ¿no? Levántalos de la costura. I mean, they look pretty black. Yo digo que you should let them sit. What do you think? You know, rinse them right away. Because I've seen people that they let them sit like for an hour or two. Voltearlo de la paque para abajo, que era lo que nos quedó sin tanto. No. Like the legs up, you know what I mean? Because that's the part we didn't really dye that much. Put the bottoms first. Ándale así. Para que se quede abajo, porque we didn't really dye that part. Creo que los dejes ahí una hora o qué. This is a few days later, friends, after Isaiah dyed his jeans. I had washed his hats. We were just getting all his stuff ready because he was ready to go to LA to stay the summer with his dad. And we were just trying to get all the stuff done that he wanted to get done. He made it with his dad. He's been there for a few days. And like I said, this is a few days later. The kids had just been bored in the house, to be honest. They get pretty cooped up. I had not taken them to the daycare. We had not been doing any outside activities. For one, I have not been feeling my best. And then two, I do not have a car. Like I mentioned, we have not had the car fixed yet. It's still a whole thing with the insurance thing, not getting the things done, but I guess it's a process and I have to be patient. And the kids need to adapt. I tell my kids, they have a yard. They have toys. Like, I don't get it. I think that whole controversy of your kids getting bored when they have so much stuff is a thing. I feel like they get so bored because they do not use their imagination. Like, you literally have to tell them what to do with everything. And it kind of makes me sad because at their age, I was climbing trees. I was being a kid, literally, just getting into trouble probably, but being a kid. And my kids do not know that. And I get it. They are in my house 24/7 with strict rules. They cannot go out in the street just because even though it looks like we live in a good neighborhood, we never know. I never know. So when my kids are outside in the front yard playing their bikes, either me or my husband are out there watching them. If not, they are not allowed out in the front. They could go outside in the backyard whenever they want, but honestly, they rarely do. They rarely do, and it's very frustrating because, like I said, you guys have a yard. Go out and play, discover. Like, why not? But like I said, today my goal was just to keep them outside as long as I could because I didn't want them to be complaining that they were bored. And I feel like their boredom just comes from them not being tired. You know, when you have a full day of work or exercise, like their brains just get exhausted and they're tired. They want to go and take a nap. They don't do that. They rarely do that when they're in the house. So that was my goal today. That's why they play bubbles, they play chalk, they play with the water. We had been out here for a few hours, and that's why I pulled out the paint just to keep them out a little longer. And then after that, I did take them inside, gave them a bath, they relaxed, they had a snack, and they watched TV for a while. This is the next day, friends. And by the way, I'm going to apologize for the small content, like the small video, because now YouTube requires me and probably all other creators that you guys that we have to upload shorts. Like I want to do content and enjoy it, I don't want to be told what to do kind of thing. But I guess now it's a requirement to even think about getting monetized. You have to have shorts. So I'm trying to do shorts more just because of that reason. But if it was for me, I would stick to the longer content because that's what I like to record. That's what I like to film for you guys. And that's what I enjoy. But I guess I had to do this, and I was trying to get a few of my days just filmed in shorts so that I could have that content, and I guess YouTube approve of it or whatever. I'm still learning. Like I said, I'm not an expert in any way, but that's why the content. And like I said, I apologize, but I'm still trying to get the hang of like doing the long and short at the same time. It's hard. I only have one camera, and I don't know, I'm just trying to adapt, friends. But like I said, this was the next day, and I was making them breakfast. As you guys can see in my stove, it is pretty late in the morning. It's about to be noon. So I was trying to make them a good breakfast because I don't want them to want to get more food within an hour, which they're most likely going to snack on fruit, but that's fine. So I made them some pancakes and bacon and eggs, and they ate their breakfast. After breakfast, I did get up and try to do the most cleaning of the kitchen that I could because for some reason, friends, I feel like I cannot catch up with the cleaning in the house, which the house is not disgustingly dirty, but it needs to get clean. Like I feel like I'm not in a schedule where I could clean up and it's clean. So I'm trying to just clean the kitchen as I go. And to be honest, I'm going to confess to you guys, it's so hard for me to do that. I don't know. It's just like when I finish eating, I want to go sit down on the couch and relax. Like I don't feel energy. I'm exhausted for some reason. So I just want to go sit down and not do nothing. But like I said, I'm doing my best to just pick up, wash the dishes, wipe the counter, sweep or vacuum, whatever I'm doing that morning, and just get the kitchen looking decent, so that when I come back in and have to cook dinner, it's not a mess. And then I get overwhelmed because I didn't clean up after the meal. I'm just trying to be a little bit better with my habits, and I feel like I'm just doing my best, friends. I'm not gonna say that I've perfected it and that I'm in the best habit. No, I still sit down some days and just not clean it, and I'll clean it the next day. But yes, it is overwhelming to see the mess and say just regret not cleaning it the day after. If you guys have any tips and tricks on how to just get a routine with that, let me know. I would really appreciate the advice, and I will see all your comments and just try to get the advice and actually do it because, friends, I'm slacking in that department. Honestly, I am busy. I still have my shift. I try to do as much cleaning in the days off, but I feel like if I have a routine, it shouldn't be this much cleaning in my days off. But I don't know. It's just maybe I'm just being unrealistic. That's what I say to myself. But maybe I'm just making excuses for myself. But now I'm just going to pick up in my room and get this room back in order. Yes, friends, I did end up in the hospital. I don't even know what to say and what the reason was of me being in the hospital because the doctors didn't give me any answers, which in a way I kind of figured out myself, but they did give me pain meds that day. I relaxed, I went home, and just kind of continue on with my days because, like I said, they didn't give me answers. and I just had a really bad pain on my right side in my rib area, and it was horrible. And I'm not gonna lie, I got scared, and the only reason I went to the ER is because I heard a few months ago probably of a girl talking about how us females get different symptoms when we get heart attacks, and I was scared it was a heart attack. That's why I went to the ER. If not, honestly, I would have stayed home and just waited out the pain, because I feel like I'm a very high tolerant pain person. Like, I don't complain about pain just because. But my husband did record me, and that's why I added the clip, because he was sending ASAP videos because ASAP was asking what was wrong. He bought me something to eat, but I couldn't take it down. Honestly, I threw it back out. I don't know if it was the medication or what. I had not eaten in like literally 2 days. So, but I finally got home, just took a shower, and went straight to bed. And honestly, the next day it felt sore, but it was not in pain. But thank you if you watched till the end, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.